A new PS5 has been released. Is it worse like last time? All right, guys, before we get into this, I have 4 months to hit my goal of 10,000 subscribers. I see a lot of you are new to this channel. If you are, please consider hitting that subscribe button if you enjoy this video. So if you guys remember, about a year ago, Austin Evans uploaded this video claiming that the new PlayStation 5 was worse. You may be wondering, what is the new PlayStation 5? Well, basically, last year, they released a new lighter version of the PS5. There wasn't any marketing or anything around it. It was just kind of a stealth release where they reduced some of the weight of the components, particularly the heatsink within the PS5, and made the overall console lighter. Now, the PS5 right now, in my opinion, is a heavy, ugly, not great looking console. It doesn't fit very well in entertainment setups, and it has a stand that's very annoying that when you want to move it, you have to adjust it, you have to take it off, all of that type of stuff. So any minor adjustments to make it lighter, potentially make it a tiny bit smaller if they can do that, I think is a good thing for the PS5. So they released this new version, and Austin Evans tore it down. There was a smaller heatsink, which led to that new PS5 running a little bit hotter. And he posted here, the new PS5 was worse. There was tons of backlash. Fanboys were all over him, calling him out and all that type of stuff. But from his test, what he did, how he looked at the thermals and everything, it was showing that that new PS5 was running hotter. Now, fast forward to this year right now, again, PlayStation has released another new PS5, another stealth release where it is even lighter than the version that was released last year. And Austin Evans has done it again. He did another comparison between all of the versions now of the PlayStation 5, but this time the title of the video is called "The New PS5 Is Better." So it's pretty interesting. If you go through the video, it will be linked in the description below, but the gist of it is he talked about the price hike. I mean, that's something that is huge for PlayStation. I mean, they've upped the price in many different regions around the world, including Japan and Canada and Australia. This new PS5 is released in Australia, and with the hike in price increase, if they're going to be releasing a new version of it, even though it's just kind of a stealth release where they're changing some of the components inside, you better hope that it is actually better, or makes that price increase even worse. Now, the biggest thing that really makes this title be the title is because he did a comparison of the actual power that these consoles are using. And for some reason, this brand new PS5 is actually a pretty big upgrade in the amount of wattage that it pulls. He did a comparison. The first PS5, the 1000 digital model, pulled 218 watts. The redesigned one from last year pulled 229 watts. And then for some reason, the newest version of the PlayStation 5 pulled 201 watts. So that's a big difference in terms of the power consumption, which would be a pretty decent upgrade and potentially money-saving PlayStation 5 if you were to get the latest version that they have stealth released. And then he went ahead and did the controversial thermal testing of these PlayStation 5s with the thermal camera. And the 1000 model, 52.4 degrees Celsius. Again, he shows off here the 1100 model where the hottest point, 63 degrees Celsius. That's 10 degrees higher. So it's still showing that it was running hotter, even though there was a lot of backlash on that. But then the newest model itself is right in line with the first model at 52.5 degrees Celsius. So for me, the fact that this newest model, they brought it back down to where the first model was, I think, again, shows that that second model that they released, they really did cut down that heatsink. They really made some concessions that did make the PlayStation 5 run hotter. And here we are again with the newest model where they've kind of fixed that. Now, he did a full teardown, and the biggest difference is there's some plastic missing right when you take off the actual flap, the front flap, to open up the PlayStation 5. You can see some big holes in here. So that's a difference. That's what's also causing them to be lighter. When we take a look here at the SSD slot, they've actually made a pretty significant change. The older models have a PCB across the entire length of it, whereas with the new PS5, they've cut it really short and it's only there at the bottom, and the rest of it is just metal. So that's another difference that you're going to get if you get the new one. And then finally, the biggest thing of them all, I would say, besides the heatsink again being smaller, is they've cut the motherboard down a significant amount. If you can see here, the motherboard on these ones go all the way up there. And then this new PS5, boom, it is cut right there. And then if you want a direct comparison of these heat sinks, you can see the first one, just a massive heat sink. The second one here, still big, but definitely smaller. And then the third one in the middle, the smallest of them all. I find this part the funniest when it comes to the PlayStation 5, because if you remember that initial teardown of the PS5, you had everybody instantly just going crazy about the heatsink, saying that this was just engineering ingenuity. It was the greatest thing ever. And they were really, really happy and thought it was one of the best things that Sony has done in terms of designing and building a PlayStation 5. And how quickly have they cut that heatsink down in order to reduce costs for the components and in order to reduce the weight of the PlayStation 5. So PS5, right now, based off of this initial video from Austin Evans, the newest one is the best one so far in terms of the power consumption, and the heat is just right on par with the base PlayStation 5. He also said that further on, they're going to have to definitely do more tests to see why it's pulling so much less power and why that is such a big upgrade over the original PS5. That's it for me, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this for the new PS5, this teardown. Why do you think it's pulling less power? All of that type of stuff. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here and you liked what you saw, consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.
We'll be right back.